Have you ever heard of the Curse of the Pharaohs? It's a story that sounds like it's straight out of a horror movie, but it actually happened. Let's travel back to 1922. The air in Egypt's Valley of the Kings is thick with dust and anticipation. British archaeologist Howard Carter is about to make the discovery of a lifetime. After years of searching, he finds it, the tomb of the boy king, Tutankhamun. And the best part? It's been sealed, completely untouched for over 3,000 years. Imagine being there. Carter makes a small hole in the doorway, holds up a candle and peers inside. His financial backer, Lord Carnarvon, asks impatiently, "Can you see anything?" Carter's famous reply sends shivers down the spine. Yes, wonderful things. Inside, treasures of gold and lapis lazuli glittered in the flickering torchlight. Antechambers were filled with chariots, statues, and chests overflowing with jewels. It was the single greatest archaeological find in history. But amidst all this splendor, there was something ominous. A warning allegedly inscribed on the doorway that read, "Death shall come on swift wings to those who disturb the king." At first, nobody paid much attention. They were scientists, explorers, not men who believed in ancient curses. But then, things started to get strange. The first of all was Lord Carnarvon himself. Just a few months after entering the tomb, he was bitten by a mosquito in his Cairo hotel. A simple, everyday nuisance. But then, he accidentally nicked the bite while shaving. It became infected, leading to blood poisoning and pneumonia. He died suddenly. And at the exact moment of his death, all the lights in Cairo mysteriously went out. To make things even spookier, back on his estate in England, his favorite dog, Susie, howled and dropped dead at the same time. The newspapers went into a frenzy. "The curse of the Pharaohs!" they screamed. The public was captivated. Was this the ancient king's revenge? The story didn't stop there. Over the next few years, a string of mysterious deaths followed. George J. Gould, a wealthy American visitor to the tomb, developed a fever shortly after his visit and died. The radiologist who x-rayed Tutankhamun's mummy died from a mysterious illness. Carter's personal secretary was found dead in his bed from suspected heart failure. In total, over a dozen people connected to the tomb's opening died under strange and often sudden circumstances, from infections, freak accidents, and unexplained illnesses. The world was convinced. The ancient gods of Egypt were real, and they were angry. The curse was a powerful supernatural force, reaching out from beyond the grave to punish those who had trespassed. For decades, this narrative held strong. It fueled countless books, movies, and nightmares. The idea of a vengeful mummy protecting its eternal rest became a permanent part of our culture. But what if the truth was less supernatural, but in some ways even more terrifying? What if the killer wasn't a curse, but something invisible, silent, and very, very real? Science, as it often does, eventually offered a different explanation. Think about it. When Carter and his team opened that tomb, they were breathing in air that had been trapped in a sealed chamber for over 3,000 years. What was in that air? Modern microbiologists have a chilling theory. The tomb could have been a perfect breeding ground for ancient, deadly microbes. Inside the sealed environment, with decaying organic matter from food offerings, floral colors, and even the mummy itself, dangerous fungal spores and bacteria could have thrived. These aren't just any germs. We're talking about pathogens that can lie dormant for millennia, just waiting for a host. When the tomb was unsealed, these ancient microbes would have been released into the air. When inhaled, they could cause severe allergic reactions, aggressive infections, and life-threatening respiratory failure. The symptoms, fever, chills, difficulty breathing, match many of the mysterious illnesses that plagued the expedition members. Lord Carnarvon, already in poor health, would have been particularly vulnerable. His infected mosquito bite simply weakened his immune system, making him the perfect target for a microscopic killer that had been waiting for thousands of years. So, was the curse just a case of ancient biology? A scientific phenomenon waiting to be discovered? It seems likely. The real danger wasn't a spell cast by ancient priests, but the microscopic life hiding in the darkness. Yet, the story of Tutankhamun's tomb still resonates with us on a deeper level. It reminds us that humanity has always feared what it can't immediately explain. We look for patterns, for meaning, for curses in the dark. And sometimes the most frightening things in the world aren't ghosts or gods, but the hidden dangers that lie in places we thought were long forgotten. The real horror is often the one we can't see. What do you think? Was it a curse or science? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.